What's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Let me blow up my screen a little bit. Okay, let's get into a couple things right off the bat here. Dang, I almost exited out of that. Reaching into my phone. Oh man. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, before we get into that other thing, I've been sick. I actually texted you and went, you gotta give me a few days because I'm not feeling too good, and that's why we missed an episode here. But usually it's you or texting me going, "Hey, I don't feel good, and my son's sick," and
Yeah. A lot of that. A lot of that. When you have kids, they get sick all the time. All the other kids at school, and then you get sick, and yeah, it's a
I was
mess.
gonna say it's expected with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and with me, when I get the cold, I get that cough inevitably, and then the cough for me, as far back as I can remember, will last like a whole month for me. It no and if or buts, I'm coughing for a month no matter. Like I'm fine now. I haven't been sick for like a week. I still feel a little congested, but that cough sticks with me for like a month, man. I just hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's annoying.
I I, I feel your pain because that happens to me too, and I get sick a lot as it is, even before kids, because probably going back to the story about my grandpa, because my biological grandpa, I guess, is like super, super British or whatever, like almost 100% or something. So
You're blaming it on the Brits?
I'm blaming it on them, man.
All right. Oh man, that's too
Darn white
funny.
guys, you don't get sun.
Yeah. So well, anyway, I might be hitting this cough button here quite a bit. We'll see, because I'm still freaking coughing, man. But anyway, so I wanted to get into first was Jerry West,
Uh,
who just passed away. R.I.P. Mr. Jerry West. It's a very well-known figure in basketball. If you know basketball, you know Jerry West.
the logo.
The logo. Maybe the younger kids, maybe they don't know statistics or what exactly he did, maybe, but you know the name. And even for example, like my girlfriend isn't, she won't watch Laker games now because she doesn't want to see that because they just lose all the time. But but back when Kobe was playing, she used to watch with me, and so just by watching some games, she knew the name and she knows the face, Jerry West. And when I told her that he had passed, she was like, "Oh, that was the guy that was like bawling when Kobe passed away." And I was like, "Yeah, that was him." So I think um he's I mean, what do you think? You think he was pretty big when it comes to basketball, right? A well-known guy.
Oh, huge because he had so many different things he contributed to basketball. I mean, he
Hmm.
was Mr. Clutch, a star Lakers player. Won a championship. Went to like I don't know how many other
Man.
finals he lost.
Hmm.
To the Celtics in. And then he became the Lakers coach, which not everybody remembers that he was the Lakers coach.
Fuck the
And
Celtics, dude.
yeah, and then he was the greatest GM of all time. Like he was the GM during the Showtime Magic era. He put that team together, and then he put the Kobe Shaq team together. Traded Vlade for
Hmm.
an unproven high school kid, Kobe Bryant. Everyone probably thought he was crazy at the time. You're trading this good NBA center, for a rookie who's never done anything. So
A kid that came in and missed 3 pointers. Remember
yeah,
when he
airballed
missed?
a bunch of air balls against Utah, lost us the game. Yeah.
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 And then everyone's kind of going, "What the? Where's Vladdy?"
Yeah, where's Vlade? Then
Uh,
then Kobe comes back stronger than ever, which is something I can relate to my Chargers. I'm hoping Quentin Johnston with the Chargers uses that fuel because he's gotten a lot of hate from Chargers fans about dropping the ball and not playing up to expectations. And like I see him working hard. I think he's using that kind of fuel like Kobe did. Hopefully we'll see. But
yeah. Well, if you remember, Cooper Cup was that guy too.
Oh,
Cup. I
really?
remember. Oh yeah, I remember that first year or whatever, first couple years. This guy was just dropping passes where I'm like, oh my god. But he was catching a ton.
Mm,
But when you need that catch towards the end of the game,
yeah.
he was missing a couple of those, man, and just like, come on. And then he's probably worked hard, and he is who he is now. But as good as he was early on, he was dropping some big passes, man, and it was kind of frustrating.
Uh,
But expected too. They're young guys, man, playing on a big stage.
Yeah, and people forget, like, rookies in the NFL used to not do anything. They weren't expected to do anything until you got guys like Justin Jefferson who were breaking records like right away. That's not how the NFL
Yeah.
usually works.
No, there's few in between guys that are like that
Yeah,
just come out of the gate just being great.
yeah. But back to Jerry West, man.
Hmm.
The guy, like, just listening to him
And
on
the
TV,
Warriors, don't forget about the Warriors too.
the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Clippers. He helped
Mm.
all those teams. He helped put together all those teams, and but just listening to him speak on TV, yeah, like he had so many stories, such a wealth of knowledge. Like, it was very easy for me to listen to him, at least, because he was just so wise. He knew everything, and I kind of read. I didn't read his book, but I knew what it was about. Like, he had a really tough time growing up, a lot of abuse, and he just had low self-esteem. And then with the Lakers, he was so upset about losing to the Celtics all those times. Like, that really ate away at him.
Yeah, he was
And
known for not being able to watch the games and taking off and just listening in his car because he just had a tough time with that.
yeah, like, even the Kobe and Shaq years, he couldn't stay there and watch the games. He was too nervous. So,
Mm.
um, but he was amazing. You know.
I just thought of something because they were talking about him on the radio, and MT Michael Thompson.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, man. If you ever listen to him on the radio on ESPN, but they said that he had a picture of himself with Jerry West, and I think I forget it. Maybe they asked him like what they spoke about or something, and MT said, "Well, I don't know, but I know that for a fact Jerry learned a lot from me that day about basketball." Michael
Yeah.
Thompson is just that guy's gold, man. He's so he's so great.
Yeah, speaking of Michael Thompson, I heard some of the older Lakers talking. Uh, they had a story about Michael Thompson, about how the Showtime Lakers, Jerry West, as the GM, he was asking the other guys what they needed to win a championship again, and they said, we need another big guy, and then Jerry gets Michael Thompson, and they win again. So
Yeah,
he knew
MT
what
was
he,
a number one pick, I think.
yeah, and former number one pick, and
Hmm.
then worked out great as a backup center. And I guess he was college teammates with Kevin McHale, so he knew how to guard him. So, yeah,
I don't remember that. Really, they were teammates?
that's what they said on the radio. I didn't know that either, but
Yeah,
and they said that was a key for him to guard McHale in the playoffs, which makes sense. You practice
yeah,
against a guy, you know what they like to do. You know,
absolutely. Yeah, MT is not a guy that like strikes me as a number one pick, you know?
yeah, no,
I
but
don't think he wouldn't be number one today.
no, but you think about that era, it was all about centers.
Yeah,
Sam Bowie being
big
picked
guys.
ahead of Michael Jordan. Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
you
True.
know,
Yeah, rebounding and blocks and sort of
yeah,
being that presence under the basket
yeah,
was huge back then.
because everyone wanted their own Kareem, their own Patrick Ewing, or
Yeah.
Akeem Olajuwon. So
Yeah. Was MT a center though? Or is he
he
more like
was, he was
he was a center? Okay. He's probably 6'11" or something.
6'11", yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that dude on the radio is an absolute gem, man. He's hilarious. But he's the same way with Clay. he says he has a hard time watching him play because he just gets too dang nervous watching him.
That makes sense, man. Because as a parent, your emotions get even more intense, like for your kids and for yourself. Because if if you're playing, you're just worrying about, okay, what do I got to do? But your kid, it's like you can't control it, and you feel so much for them. So I can understand that.
You see these videos where like parents jump in to try to protect their kids during games and stuff. It's
Yeah.
you go, I can't believe this is happening, that this is even on the internet. It's but we got to do that one day, a segment where you get a clip and I'll get a clip that's just where it's called I can't believe this is on the internet, because there's some insane stuff on there. And I see there was one where a coach blocked his own player because he was going to shoot at the wrong basket. He was like, "Have you seen that?"
No, I haven't.
I'm gonna send it to you after this.
Well, dude, that makes me think that like that even happens in the pro level. Like you think about the Steelers head coach when the
Oh, he stuck his
when
foot out there or something,
he
right?
stuck his foot out. Yeah, when a really good return guy, I forget who it was. He actually ended up playing for the Chargers, but he was going all the way for a return for a touchdown, and the Steelers coach steps out, puts his foot out, and trips the guy up. He
That's
couldn't get.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
happens, but it definitely happens more like with the parents and the kids,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
There's some crazy stuff on there. But you know what? Speaking of kids and parents, let's get into this a little bit, and then we'll go back to this other thing I wanted to talk to you about. So, coworkers are mentioning how one of the girls, she has her daughter in softball, and she's got to go to San Diego for a tournament, and most of them are here. But when it comes to tournament, then you kind of travel, and the girl, she's getting a little bit uh, older now. I mean, I guess 8, 9, whatever it is. At that age, you start to travel a little bit now. Then there's all stars and all these different things, right?
Yeah.
Very time consuming. It could be expensive, and but I wanted to tell you, because your son is in different sports, and so and we could talk about that a little bit. But my question for you is this: because growing up, I knew not to ask my parents for shit because I already knew the answer. It was gonna be no, we don't have the money. And I always wondered if I would have really pressed or pushed for something, said, look, I really want to play soccer or go to karate or whatever it was. Would they really have done it? I don't know. I should ask them that one day. But so for me, it was never getting dropped off at karate class was like unheard of, not even a thought in my head. It was just it's not happening type thing. So how was it for you growing up? Was that something that your parents pushed on you to try different things,
Yeah, well, I actually took
or did you ask for different things?
I asked for karate. I actually took karate. I asked to take it because I saw the Karate Kid, and I'm like, I want to be like that, man. So I took karate, but they put me in softball when I was really little, and I remember my dad sponsored the team and got everybody uniforms and everything, and
Hmm.
I was terrible at it, and I hated it because I wasn't good at it, and it like kind of scarred me for the rest of my life off of baseball, because I'm like, I suck at this. I don't want to watch this or play this or you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So were
yeah,
they were the type of parents that really pushed you then to try different things?
they pushed me to try that, and they saw it didn't work, and then they stopped.
That was it.
That was it. Well, they put me in, like, I remember like one football, one like pee wee football thing I did maybe one or two times, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
Okay, so
And
now I see you. You're pushing. I don't know if pushing is the right word, but you get your son into different sports. And when I saw him last, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I said, "Hey, how's basketball?" And he's like, "I like soccer." I'm like, "Okay." I was like,
yeah,
"All right." So he's doing different things, and swimming and all these different things. Is he showing interest? Is he saying, "No, I don't want to do this," or how does that go?
yeah, no, he loves swimming. He loves MMA. which is pretty young for him, but
Yeah.
he's doing it. Yeah, he loves it. He'll tell us if he likes something or not. Like basketball, it was weird because he'd have fun at class and he'd say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm.
So so we stopped doing basketball. Yeah, we were doing soccer too. Um, but yeah, all these things are expensive. So right now,
Hmm.
while we're doing the MMA, we're not doing the soccer and basketball. But yeah, we're doing swimming and MMA, and that's 3 times a week, and he loves it. Except the swimming right now, he moved up a level, and now like he really loves swimming with his goggles on. And this level, that they try to have him do things without the goggles, and he hates that part.
Oh.
He'll he'll tell me like, "Oh, I don't want to do this anymore," and I got to talk to
Mm.
him. And
Oh man.
yeah,
Well, that's cool that you're pushing them to different things, man. Because you never know what could be his thing. He said, "I like soccer." Maybe his soccer will be his thing. Maybe he'll grow up to be a really good soccer player. Who knows? Maybe he'll pick up basketball later on. When he gets in
yeah,
school and sees friends playing. Maybe
yeah.
it just you never know.
Yeah, you never know. At home, like we have a little hoop outside. He'll play that with me, like
Oh,
you
out
know,
back.
out front. Yeah, out
Oh,
front.
out front you have one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
By the garage. Yeah, have a
Yeah,
little adjustable one for
yeah.
kids. Yeah, and
Okay, it's
he'll
good.
play. He'll play on that. He likes to play. I guess he just didn't like the coaching part of it. Uh,
Yeah, he's what? Don't have him play out back with those snakes.
I know. Dude, I was telling you like. The other day, I was driving. I was coming to my driveway to stop right there, and I almost ran over this huge snake in the middle of the road, man. And
Oh, it was in the front.
it was in the front.
Oh, damn! I
Right.
figured it'd be in the back because you got like the bluffs area and all that dirt and bushes back there. I thought that's where it would be.
Yeah, usually we see him in the back, but this guy was right in the middle of the road, man.
Wow.
And we got out. It was slithering around, and I'm, I'm
Did
telling
you
you,
pick him
man,
up?
no, no, no. I'm not a snake guy, man. And this thing was huge. It was like I told you, it was almost like a boa constrictor, man. It was so freaking big, man. But
So what did it do? It just took off?
it went under the leaves. There were some leaves right next to near the trash area, near the big
Yeah.
garbage bin. There's some
Hmm.
leaves over there. It went under there to like hide, and then I went inside. I was gonna get my phone to take a picture of it, and came back out. It's gone. It's gone.
Oh, wow. How
Yeah.
long would you say that thing was?
Oh man, it was
6, 7
probably.
feet?
I think 8,
Really?
feet.
8 feet?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It was a monster, man. It was a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That probably like got out of someone's home, maybe.
I was wondering about that because I'm thinking this thing is
Yeah,
so
dude.
big. Like, is this somebody's pet? You know?
Yeah, because we don't really see snakes like that where we live. There might be some here and there, but not like that.
No, no.
That thing got out of someone's home, or they said, "I don't want this anymore," or whatever, and maybe just set it free.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. I think don't you have to call someone for that or something?
yeah. You do, you do. I would have, but the thing got away, so I didn't know where it went.
Yeah. You weren't trying to put a piece of cloth over its head and jump on top and all that?
No way, man. I'm like Indiana Jones. I hate snakes. I'm not,
Oh man, make sure you videotape that if you do.
yeah, yeah. There was another time I caught a snake that was like mid size. It wasn't as big as this thing, but it was right by my front door. I was trying to go home, and it was just right there. And now, so whenever I go outside, I'm thinking, is this huge monster snake going to be like right out my front door? Like,
Yeah, I was texting you joking that it was looking for a little white dog because you have a little
yeah,
white dog.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Watch
Mateo
that dog,
came.
man.
I know he came outside when this was going down. I put him right back inside. I'm like, no, this thing's gonna eat him. This thing is huge.
Yeah, man, that's scary looking. And then, you know, I'm assuming you don't either. I don't know anything about snakes. I don't know which ones would be
Yeah,
venomous and which ones don't give a crap about you, you know?
I know rattlesnakes
Sure.
are venomous. Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
besides that, I don't really know either. But yeah, I'm not gonna mess with some big snake, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. There's a golf course on over in Costa Mesa, and if you drive by there, there's signs that say rattlesnakes, you know, like watch out. I'm
yeah.
like, rattlesnakes here? Since when? I've never seen one. I've been to your house 1,000 times and I've never seen a snake there either.
I've seen a few in my time. Yeah,
Yeah, but not 8 feet long though.
no, nothing this big.
That definitely got away from someone, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so the other thing that I wanted to bring up, aside from Mr. Jerry West, was your anniversary, your wedding anniversary.
But
Uh,
this a mistake a lot of people made. It's
okay.
not my wedding anniversary. It's our first
Oh,
date
first date.
anniversary. First date,
Yes. Gotcha. Gotcha. I didn't know that, and I messed that up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I did know that was it was your first day anniversary. I remember you saying that you guys went to the movies and everything. Uh,
yeah.
tell that story.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy thing. So she posted on Craigslist in strictly platonic. She goes, you know, I don't have a car right now. I'm hungry, so I buy, you drive.
This is a blind
Something
date situation.
blind date kind of thing. Yeah. So I saw that. I was like, oh, that sounds good. You know, I'll get a free meal if it doesn't work out. You know. So I replied, and nothing happened. Like I didn't receive any response or anything. So the next day, she posts again, uh, and so I responded again.
What the hell?
Yeah, yeah, and she
You
hit
were
me
probably
up.
being creepy, man.
Probably. Like, who's this guy? But she said later, like, she said she got tired or something, and she got like a ton of responses. She's like, "All right, I'm just going to sleep." So she tried again the next day, and she's like, "Oh, this guy responded again. Who is this?"
Being
And so,
persistent.
yeah, yeah. So, yeah, we exchanged like Facebook profiles or something, to
MySpace, MySpace.
could have been MySpace at the time. It was 14 years ago. 14. Yeah. So we saw each other's pictures, and it was funny because I pulled up the picture she sent me the other day to show her. She's like, "My niece was in that picture. What was I doing putting my niece in the picture?"
Yeah, that's crazy. And were you
Yeah.
one of those guys that like puts up Tom Cruise or somebody that looks like that? Or was it your real picture?
No, it was my real picture, but she told me, she's like, it was a picture where I was in a suit, and like I had some kind of
In high
smirk on
school?
my. No, I remember I took a trip to Japan, and I put the suit on, and she's like, "Oh, he's looking good in a suit." And so yeah, so we make plans. She gives me directions because during that time there was no GPS back then.
No,
So,
there
so
wasn't.
yeah, so she gives me directions to Laguna Hills or somewhere like that, and I get lost because she gave me bad directions. And I'm like, so I'm like an hour out of my way, and we're both starving. We were supposed to go to lunch. Like,
And
I
that was during the time where you had to pull over and find a phone or what?
oh, I
You didn't
think I
have a
had one
cell
of
phone
those.
then, did you?
I could have had one of those old, big, clunky cell phones. I used to have
Yeah.
those big ones. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Zach Morris?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Zack Attack. So
Yeah.
so eventually I get to her. I open the door, and she opens the door, and
You
she's
just
like,
walked in?
No, I didn't. I knocked. I knocked, but she she tells me later, like she sees me and like as I'm getting closer, I'm getting shorter. She's like, "Man, your voice on the phone, like I thought you were gonna be tall." Like, oh man, like this is
Oh
not starting
no.
out good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we go out to eat. We go to this steakhouse called Lone Star, and I'm telling her how I had just broken up with my girlfriend of almost 7 years, and I'm like, oh well, she invited me to her birthday party. I'm gonna go to her birthday party in like a week or two, and she goes, you should bring someone hot, and I say right away, I should bring you.
Hmm.
And that was the line. That was the line that worked, man.
That
That
did it.
she blushed and like
Oh, it's on.
it was on. It was on. So so things were going well. We go to the movies after that. We go to the A team and
The 18.
the A team and during the movie she puts her hand on my lap and I'm thinking, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, all right, all right,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and she keeps it there too. So so at the end of the movie, I have all this courage now, and during the credits, we're sitting in the very front, the
You
bottom
got
of the.
confident.
I got confident, and I start making out with her like the Princess Bride kiss, man. The kiss to end all kisses. There's fireworks and all that stuff, and people were walking down the stairs like I don't care, and she's kind of embarrassed. And then later she tells me like when I retold the story, she's like, my hand on your lap was an accident. Like I didn't. I was like, why did you keep it there then? She's like, oh,
Right.
I just kept it there. Like
Hmm.
I didn't mean to do that, but okay.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So after that, then we went to see Shrek Ever After. We sat on the very top, and we just kept making out
Didn't even
after.
watch it.
Didn't watch it. We we just made out, and yeah, it was
Did you do the popcorn trick?
no no I didn't do the
No, no
popcorn
popcorn trick. Okay.
no popcorn trick, but yeah, just a magical date that's still going on now. Yeah,
Yeah, turned into a marriage
marriage, but gonna be married for
and a
11
son.
years and a son. Yeah, in August it'll be 11 years of marriage and yeah, and a son. So yeah, it worked out,
Very
man.
cool, man. Very cool. Um, yeah, I just wanted you to talk. I thought it was a pretty cool story. That's why. I
Yeah,
don't know the blind date thing. I've never tried that one. So
never tried that. I, yeah, I back in the internet days, like the
that's what I was thinking. If you would have to really be on the internet with like an internet profile trying to do this sort of thing because um it's not like now with the phones and the apps and all that.
no, yeah, yeah. Before that, I was doing the AOL chats. Yeah, meeting girls in the AOL chats and going on blind dates and
AOL.
yeah, yeah. That's how
We're
old it
just
was. Yeah,
losing people talking about
I know.
Zach Morris phones and
And
AOL chats.
the dial up and the
All that stuff. We're just losing people
yeah,
left
people
and
don't
right.
know. Yeah, these kids who watch this don't know, man.
No, because we did that the statistic thing to see who's watching, and like we did it for you, and it was like mostly 16-year-olds that love you,
Yeah.
like girls.
Well,
So we're gonna
my wife's niece, who like we helped raise her. Like my wife was her guardian for a year, like right after we started dating, pretty much. But her niece was like I saw my friends watching you guys. Like what?
Oh man, we're such a
uh,
hit. 16-year-old girls, awesome.
yeah,
Just kidding. Keep watching. Hit a like, comment too, by the way,
yeah.
while you're at it.
Yeah.
You want to get into some OC news?
Let's do it. do it.
All right. What you got?
Yeah, well, relating to that anniversary, for our anniversary, we went out to Dos Amigos Cantina, which is very close by on Brookhurst in Costa Mesa.
It's one of
Uh,
your favorite spots, right?
yeah, well, since I've been a parent, like I haven't really been able to go out there much, but I took my wife out
It's
there.
7 minutes from your house.
I know,
What do
but
you mean get out there? You're talking as if like it's in Riverside or something.
dude, as yeah, parent life, man. You got a kid, like you can't get out anywhere, even if it's down the street, man. They're tugging at you. But
Oh man,
yeah. So recently, I took Olivia out there like a couple months back, and she loved it. There was some kind of meat she loved there, so we went there for our anniversary, and yeah, she got some spicy margaritas, and
ooh, those are good.
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
like me a spicy margarita, man, like a
yeah.
jalapeno one. Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I had some tacos and a burrito, and it's great, man. Good food. They have all the big TVs on there. The NBA finals were on that day, so yeah, it was pretty cool.
NBA Finals, bro. Don't even
I know. And hey,
bring up.
I'm upset that Jerry West had to see that, like knowing that, you know, I think they were
That's
up
how it was gonna
2-0 at
go
the
down.
time. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, he knew, right now the Lakers and Celtics are tied for championships, and now he knows, like, oh, the Celtics are going to go ahead of us now, and the hate he has for the Celtics,
fuck the
uh,
Celtics. The Lakers will be back. They
I'll be
will
back.
tie you. They will pass you.
Yeah.
So I'm not even worried about it. It's
All
gonna
right.
happen.
All right.
It's gonna happen, man. Not next year, but it's
I, I don't know, man. I saw an article that worried me about that the Laker old trainer Gary Vitti, who was the trainer for like 40 years for the Lakers or something, that he's not even a Lakers fan even more because of the way they treated Jerry West and other things. And I
really.
just there was an article about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but that just makes me sad, man.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about the way he was portrayed on the Winnie what is it? Winnie time?
Winning time, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they had Jerry West like cursing and screaming and yelling,
Hmm.
and that wasn't him. That wasn't him. Like
Hmm.
he was very concerned about winning and very anxious about it, but he wouldn't scream at people and curse, and that was the part he had an exception with, and I could see that. They did that for dramatic purposes, to make it entertaining, but
Hmm.
that wasn't him, you know.
Maybe they mistook it for like passion as opposed to him just the crazy guy yelling
He
at
was
everyone.
he was very passionate, and I think that was that show's way of showing that, but but Jerry didn't
Yeah,
like that because it wasn't him,
it just came off a little wrong. It was yeah,
yeah.
and it just made him look like an ass the whole time.
Yeah, and a lunatic, like,
Yeah, pretty loony in people's faces, and yeah.
yeah.
All right. um. Well, mine's Disneyland related.
Okay.
Are you a big Disneyland goer?
Yeah, I got season passes with the family because yeah, because my son loves it. Huge Buzz Lightyear and Spider-Man fan, so we go on those rides like every time we go. Yeah,
It's a must, huh?
yeah.
Well, Fantasmic, you probably know what that is.
Yeah.
It had been on hold since April of 2023 when a fire erupted during a performance and it burned the Maleficent dragon during the performance's finale. And the fire department showed up and everything was fine. Nobody was hurt or anything. The workers, people that were there, nobody was injured, nothing like that. But they were evacuated from the area. And so it kind of made them rethink the whole using actual fire in some of these rides.
Mhm.
But the point of the story is that it's back open again, and it just opened up maybe a couple weeks ago, I believe, something like that. 2 weeks, possibly three. But for those that really like that and were missing it, it's back up and running. So
Okay.
there you go for Disneyland goers. There's a lot of those, man. People are passionate about their Disneyland.
Yeah, man. Ever since they did that reservation system during COVID, like it's jam packed every time, man. It didn't used to be like that. You could find days where it was kind of empty, and you just go on
Explain
and
that.
explain it.
Yeah, they did what now?
They have a reservation system now where online you have to reserve a date. There are blackout dates, and you have to see if whatever date you want to go on is open. You got to make your reservation, and then there's a penalty. If you don't show up 3 times, then you're locked out for 90 days. You can't go to Disneyland for 90 days.
This is for anyone or people that have
For,
passes?
for anyone. Well, I mean, if you get a ticket for a day, like that doesn't apply to you.
Sure,
But
that's what I was wondering. So that doesn't. You can just go. It doesn't matter.
yeah, but for people
Okay.
with passes,
Okay.
you gotta reserve it, and it's kind of annoying, dude. Because before you could just go at any time, like
Yeah.
didn't have to be some big deal. Now it's like a big deal, and like if you're not feeling like it on that day, it's like, oh well, I gotta go. I don't want to get a strike against me. Like I've talked to other people who have passes too. They feel the same way,
Oh, of
and I think it crowds the park even more because there's all these people there that are like, oh well, I gotta go, or else I'm gonna get a strike. Like,
I
uh,
didn't know that. Now, is there a
yeah.
certain amount of people that can reserve on a certain day? Do you think that's a thing or no? Because if you're saying
Yeah,
it's packed, then that's probably not a thing then.
no, there is a certain amount because yeah, if you don't reserve it in time, you see, oh, that day filled up. I
Oh,
can't reserve that day now. So yeah,
wow.
yeah,
So yeah, I see what you're saying. If you got to do it in advance and you can't go on that day anymore, or you get sick or something, that sucks.
yeah. So then there's people probably showing up sick, who,
Yeah, maybe.
like yeah,
Just
they're
because
like,
they're like, fuck, I already have two. If I get one more,
yeah, well, more, yeah. I'm paying all this money and I can't go for 90 days, like like
oh my god, it's just
yeah,
COVID.
yeah. Just gonna
Dang,
pass
dude.
it around to
Okay.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow, I did not know that. Okay.
yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, that's better OC news than what I had. I wish I knew that. Oh man. Yeah, what do you got as far as shows, you got anything you're watching?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Or movies?
yeah, both Netflix actually. Have you seen well, I told this in the group chat, Dancing with the Devil, the documentary series on Netflix, um about
Oh,
um
okay.
the about the Wilkin sisters, and they're dancers, and one of the sisters married another dancer, and he was part of this church who turned out to be a cult, and they
Mm,
they took the sister away. Like these two sisters were really tight. They do dancing videos together. They had a big following and everything, and they took the sister away. The family, the parents and the sister never see her anymore because she's in this cult now. And this series documents all that, and it's sad, man, because I've met the other sister who's not part of the cult, Melanie Wilking. She's a huge Chargers fan who would sit right in front of me with. She just married Austin Eckler, the Chargers running back. Um, so I would like high five her during games when Austin would score a touchdown, and I got my picture with her, talked to her. Really cool person. And I just feel bad for her that like she lost her sister to this cult, man. It's a crazy thing.
wow.
And yeah, I looked, and it was like the number 2 rated thing on Netflix right now, like 7 million views or
I
something.
seen that on there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Dang, man. Wow. And it's pretty good?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Well, yeah, I'm especially into this stuff because in college at Cal State Long Beach, I took a course called The Psychology of Mind Control, and it studied cults, and it's funny, cults and car dealerships. because car dealerships use the same tricks
uh,
of mind
okay.
control to get you to buy a car that these cult leaders do.
Now you could just do it on your phone and then deliver the car to your to your driveway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's very fascinating stuff. So yeah, this cult
Okay.
would use some of the same kind of techniques. It's like you get people away from their family, you get them to believe in something, you get them to start. If someone starts saying something, they start to believe it. Then you get someone to write something, they believe it even more. Like
Mm.
because you're kind of putting it in stone and like saying to the world like this is what I believe, or you put it on.
The Earth is flat.
Yeah, you say this stuff, you say it on video, and you repeat it over and over again, you start to believe it. Doesn't matter what it is. And this is how cults work. um
Jesus, man.
yeah, yeah.
Put up that TV show thing on the bottom there.
The TV show. What?
Yeah, the little OC News on the bottom of the screen. The
Yeah.
tag, man. The tag on the bottom. Change
Yeah.
it.
Oh, oh. I got
um,
that.
dude, I'm still watching Conan, man. Oh,
Oh
jeez,
yeah,
that's so
that's
good,
great.
man. It's so
That's
good.
that's
So
great.
I'm still watching that. Uh, I'm like hooked on this show from Korea. It's on Netflix. Netflix. What the hell is it called? The 100 Strong something. Crap, I forgot what it's called. But this is the second season, and it's funny because these guys they walk in to this big room. It's 100 of them, and they start to eliminate people depending on endurance, whatever the little game is that they have them do. And I remember season one, the very first episode, they all came in and they didn't know what they had to do, and it's just like it was just them hanging from like bars to see who could hang on the longest, and top however many it was, I forget, move on to the next round, that sort of thing, and to see who the strongest person is, I guess, and win some money. So it'll be different things like and it's different type of people. So there's bodybuilders, there's dancers, there's like army people, there's everything, and influencers, like all these people that work out. And this season they have like a couple actors, and then they have like MMA guys that are pretty. They had a guy that fought in the UFC there for a while, who's on the show. And yeah, they put them to all these crazy tests. I don't know. Have you ever seen that?
No, so is it a reality show then?
It's a reality show.
Okay.
Yeah. And the best part is they bring in one person at a time, and you have to go find your torso. I know it's just a little statue of your torso and you stand by it, right? So
Mhm.
if you were to lose whatever game it was, you break your torso, you go home.
Mm.
That's kind of their thing. But what I like is as they walk in, people know these other people from like YouTube, and they get so excited. They're like, "Oh my god, that's the guy that does all those workouts from so and so," and he's like, "Oh, he's gonna be tough. He's gonna be tough to beat," And it's this cool dynamic. It's in Korean, but you know, uh, I don't know. I'm hooked on it, and gets me wanting to like work out, man, and do some sort of exercise. It just gets you pumped, man.
I, I know that feeling, man, because I was watching. They're showing the
Don't say the
Chargers.
Celtics, man.
No, the Chargers press conferences and Jim Harbaugh was getting me pumped, man. Like all the inspirational stuff he's talking about and all the work. I'm like, damn, I started doing jumping jacks. I'm like,
That that's funny you mentioned that. I was watching this is a couple years ago. I was watching what's his name? Conor McGregor. And I was watching his doc and where he started, and there's video of him like early on. I don't know if you ever saw that, but man, that was so inspiring that where he went, just having like no gloves and not having money to like buy stuff and all this, to where he went. His journey is amazing, dude. I was same as you, bro. I swear I was doing push-ups, dude. I'm not even kidding. Like it had me so pumped up.
yeah, yeah. That
It could do
reminds
that
me
to
of
you.
Yeah, there's a indie movie I just reviewed for Film Threat. I haven't done a Film Threat review in a long time, but this movie caught my attention. It's called Vindication Swim, and it's based on a true story in 1926 or 27. This British woman swims across the English Channel. First British woman to ever swim across the channel. Takes hours in the freezing cold. There's like jellyfish in there and it's craziness. And she does it. And then another girl supposedly does it in record time. And they find out this other girl just lied. She just took the video of her coming out of the water, like, oh, I did it, and everybody found out.
Uh,
So then she throws the other girl under the bus who really did it, like, oh, who's to say anybody really did this? So this whole trial comes about. They're like, oh, we don't know if you did it or not. So she's like, oh, damn, I guess I got to do it again.
gotta do it again. Yeah.
And she's out there like for hours and hours, even longer this time. And like, yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
In the early 1920s or late 1920s.
late 1920s. Yeah, yeah.
Very
But
cool.
it's inspirational. It's like
Very.
Rocky, and she's got the trainer, this old man who's like Rocky's trainer in there, like Mickey, the gravelly voice, like, come on, you can do it. And she's like doing these ice baths before the ice bucket challenge and all that stuff, like. So that was cool. Cool.
Yeah, definitely inspiring. Just too bad I can't do all that. Or believe me, man, I would be right now. That would
Yeah,
be part of my day. Would be some sort of workout.
yeah. I got one other movie too.
Let's hear it.
Netflix. Have you seen The Hitman on Netflix?
No.
Hitman. That is good because it stars Glenn Powell, who's from Anyone But You. Also, the latest Top Gun. He was in that. He's a rising star right now, and the director is Richard Linklater, who has done some of my favorite movies all time. You would probably know Dazed and Confused. You know that one. Yeah,
Yes.
but he also did the Before trilogy, which I love. These indie movies that with Ethan Hawke and Julie Deppie. It's Before Sunset, Before Midnight. Three Before movies. They're all just these two characters like just talking and falling in love like through the streets of Paris. Like that's the whole movie, and like talking about life and philosophy and just great movies. But so he did this new movie called The Hitman that it's a rom com, but it's different because Glenn Powell plays this guy who's this really nerdy professor who, as like a side gig, starts working on equipment for the FBI, and he gets pulled into pretending that he's a hitman and going to these meetups and like getting guys to confess that they want a hitman, and then they get busted. And he meets this girl who wants to get a hit on her husband, and he convinces her not to, and they start dating. And but yeah, it's
All
so
right.
it's silly and it's funny and it's different, and he plays all these different wacky kinds of hitman because he tailors his hitman to whoever the person is who's trying to do it.
Mm,
So it's fun. It's just fun.
okay. Yeah, I started. Actually, we did. My girlfriend and I. We started a show called Rome. I don't know if you heard of that one.
Yeah, is it the HBO one?
See, I was gonna say, can you do a quick Google search of where to watch? Because I watch it through Prime and I have
Mm-hmm.
Max on Prime, so, but I don't remember if that's where I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be
Well,
sure what it
is
is. Is
it
it
is it an
HBO?
is it an older one? Because I know there was
Yeah.
a big HBO series called Rome. That
Okay, so then that's it then. Yeah, and it's pretty good. It's pretty much Julius Caesar and leading up to, like, in the first season, it's him leading up to meeting Cleopatra and him that is trying to take over Pompeii and Rome, and Pompey sort of taking off with his men, and his men going, "Why are we leaving our post? And we should fight." And he's like, "No, no, this is strategic. Trust me." but then like he just keeps leaving and leaving, and they're like, What's going on?" Like now Julius is in Rome, like he just like his men are sleeping in your spot, like what's up? He's like, no, if we go to this place, like I have allies, and then we'll just come back and retake Rome. And the way it all started was weird because they were friends, but then people were like telling them stuff about the other one that like wasn't really happening. So they were both getting news from people, and then they were just like, well, f that guy, and he's like, well, yeah, f that guy, and then next thing you know, he's trying to he's trying to take over Rome. Is crazy, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember watching that like back when it came out a long time ago. I liked it. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Right now, it's where he meets Cleopatra, was just fucking slut high all the time.
It's Cleopatra for you.
Everyone named Cleopatra, bro. That's how they are. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, high on opium or something, and just all over the place, and wanting everyone to make her a baby. I don't know, dude, she's just crazy.
That sounds like that other HBO show, Euphoria, with
Oh, I haven't seen that one. Okay.
yeah, with Zendaya or Zendaya, whatever.
I know we did that last time. Like I don't even know.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I watched this Chargers weekly show with Matt Money Smith, the Chargers radio guy, and he's been doing this thing lately where he shows every game he gets this sheet with that tells you how to phonetically say everybody's name, how they want to say it. And he's like, sometimes all these people start calling up like, hey, you're saying it wrong. And I'm like, he's like, I have the sheet that it tells me, you know. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's correct.
It's correct. Yeah. I wish I had
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah,
that's the best cheat sheet ever.
Yeah.
Well, next time you run into her at the red carpet, ask her how you say her name, please.
Yeah, I know. How do you say your name?
Yeah.
She'll just move on. She's like, done with you,
Yeah.
man.
She'll go to the guy that pushed you. You got questions?
That dude, I see him at every freaking red carpet, man. And the dude
is he your friend now?
You know, the time after that, I made friends with him. I thought like we had this whole big thing where like we ate together. He was introducing me to Terry Crews. Like I thought, okay, we're cool now. And then the very next time, the dude totally forgets me.
Oh no!
Totally forgot who. Like he's like.
That's when you pull out the selfie and go, dude.
Yeah.
We took a picture together. What's up?
Well, I didn't take a picture with him. I took one with Terry Crews.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. You needed to take a picture with the other guy so you can remember you.
So I can remember. I didn't know it was freaking Memento over here where he forgets every time. Because I've seen him like 5 times now. Every time I go up to him, you know, he's like, do I know you? What?
Oh,
you pushed
man.
me, man. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely didn't know you then when he pushed you.
No, well, that was the first time I was at a red carpet. So yeah, so you wouldn't.
Oh, that was the first time you were at a red carpet?
Well, actually, no. No, that was the first time I saw him at a red carpet.
Yeah.
But no.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you never know, man. Maybe he has some contacts, you know? Keep your enemies closer, man.
Yeah. That's true.
All right. Well, I think that's it, dude, unless you got something.
Yeah, no. We got to remember the kids to smash.
Thank you to all the 16-year-old girls that follow us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We ran a test on both of us. I was more like the guys 34 to 44, and you were more like the girls 13 to 17. So keep it up, Jason. We need you.
Hey, as long as we get fans, man. I don't
as long as you're contributing.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know why anybody's watching. I don't know. Like I thought this show was interesting, but I don't see why anybody else would find it interesting. And I had a great time, dude. Freaking snakes, karate. Come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's great. All right, man.
All right.
I'm gonna go smoke opium. Peace out, dude.
All right, later.
Later.